I said that I would write you in the mornings of the days, in the mornings of the day. We said many things.
Using it as a way for me to get out of my comfort zone and kind of see that there's other ways to serve the Lord than just staying in the community and doing things like in Awana or like stuff I feel more comfortable with.
The kids have been absolutely amazing. When we pull up into the village, they're so eager to see us. They're so happy, and it just reminds me how eager I'm supposed to be for Jesus, and that's what He wants for me, and that's really what I'm getting out of this trip. The word eager is really coming to me, and I'm seeing that through the children here.
Don't leave me here alone. Don't tell me that we've grown for having loved a little while. I don't want.
We first went to Chan Chen and we put in the first stove. It was a combination of things. One was the woman, Guadalupe, who lived there, and her daughter Alma, and you could just see the joy on Guadalupe's face when we were putting the stove in and watching it be put together. God has really been talking a lot to me on this trip because I've had a really rough year, and I've led a lot of trips in the past, and one of the prayers that Paul and I have both had was to go on a trip together. And so God gifted us with that ability to do it, because it's been years of prayer that have been realized in us being able to combine our gifts and our talents in this trip. And so God has just this whole week been affirming me in that I am His child, that I am His daughter, and He just cares deeply.
So God really showed me this week that it's really important to integrate teens and adults, and especially on trips like this. It's amazing to see how God can work in the lives of both teens and adults using relationships with one another. The other night, we met together and we had our team members say something encouraging about one another. It was really great to see the teens say something encouraging to adults about how they seem to step out and help some kids in the village or work really hard at painting. And it was great to see the adults tell the teenagers that they did a great job painting and that they're really good at communicating to the children in the village, and that they know that adults can say encouraging things to them about their faith and about who they are, and they're more likely to look up to that person and want to follow them.
Hello, my old heart. It's been so long since I've given you away. Every day
I get really worried about simple things in life in general, and He's taught me this week that my worries mean nothing. My worries are so small compared to everything that He's done for me, and this trip is amazing. It's just, it opens your eyes to a lot of different things. He taught me that worrying shouldn't be a priority of mine. Worrying gets you nowhere, and that He'll take care of it. He's got it covered.
I feel like that me and my husband have a new chapter in our lives coming up in the next couple of years, and I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I'm hearing from God this week just to be open to what He has for me. When I get home, I think I'd like to be more intentional about relationships and about service. I do serve the Lord, but I'm wondering sometimes if it's enough. So I think I will be more intentional about serving and asking God about where I should be serving.
It's probably telling me to slow down a little bit. I mean, I had a little mishap one of the days. I overworked myself, and towards the end of the day I suffered a little bit of heat exhaustion. So you're probably using that to tell me, just take my time with things, don't try to overdo it. Probably to learn a little bit about Mexico, because I mean, everything I knew before was pretty much based on stereotypes, and most stereotypes about Mexico aren't actually good or true.
I accepted Christ into my heart over a year ago, and usually, I mean, the ideal thing is when you get, right when you accept Christ, you should get baptized. And so I've been thinking about it for over a year, really. And then when Garrett and I were just talking about it, and he said that he'd do it whenever I wanted, and so I said right now, and then we just ran down the beach and I got baptized. So it's very spontaneous, but I'm finding that's been a theme this week. God's been pushing me to do things, and then I just do them right then. And then finally when the moment came, He held me under, and I went underwater, and it felt like I was down there forever. It felt like, but I didn't mind. And I just, I remember my eyes were closed, but I remember feeling like there was a light above me, and like it felt like the Holy Spirit was hovering right above the water above me. And I finally came up, and I just felt like I was born again. It was an amazing feeling.
I think that's what God is telling me, is to be still and listen to Him, because that's when I tend to hear God, is when in the quiet. I knew when I came down here I was going to be putting in stoves and painting houses and helping people, and that's really important to me. But what's most important is building relationships with the people that we serve and telling them about Jesus, and receiving things like this from a little boy.
For me, I've thought about what I will do in the future when we retire. What will we do with our life? Paul and I have talked, and we will never just retire to a nice place in Florida and things like that. So I think God is starting to help me to formulate what that future might look like, and I really think I want to be involved in missions long term in my life.
This week, I think God's really shown me that love is a universal language, and that there's a language barrier here that you can see, but all the kids are really easily to communicate with, and you can see everyone they like the same things as every other kid, and you can show them love and they show it back, and it's just really cool that you can do that in another country, and you can probably do it all over the world. Also, I really think it's cool how God just picked out all these different people to go, and I really like that we had adults and teens, and I think that everyone had something special they could bring, and then it just made a perfect team that really worked well together. And I really liked having adults that I could look up to and people that I could follow.
Breaking you down.
Most impactful thing was seeing the sea turtles coming to shore in the inside of birth, laying their eggs, thinking of a new beginning in birth. God's been working deeply in my heart to heal it And what was very moving was that Cleo was baptized. So I've been listening and asking for direction to what he wants me to do. And I've decided to be baptized, reborn again as it is, or renewed. Hopefully, good Lord willing, it'll be Saturday morning as the sun rises. So a new day, a new beginning, a new birth. So.
Could you have been mine? But how could you have been mine?